I'm moving now on to the wharf at Port Waikato, which is up on the banks of the Waikato River, and I'm now going to move the camera around to the right, and we're going to be looking now basically where Charles Marshall lived, up on the hill just on the right of this picture. And from there I'm spinning around now up the river, across my Ora and down towards the mouth of the river. So he would have been able to see from where the house was whether there were any ships coming up towards the mouth of the river. Now where we're standing was where the boats of the Crown were launched or were brought for the Waikato Wars. And it's asserted, and I don't know whether it's true, but let's accept it, that Charles Marshall, although he was regarded as one with Māori, although he was called a Pākehā Māori, although he lived and was accepted and was protected by Māori, at the same time he, it was alleged, piloted the Avon, which was one of the battleships that was taken up the river and which was decisive in the battle at Rangariri when the Crown conquered Māori. Well, did they there? Where there was a big fight anyway. So from the Avon and the Pioneer there were cannons fired at the Pa there. Artillery, which of course Māori did not have, and so they gradually moved further south to Ngaruawahia, and then down to Patarangi, and then down eventually to Rangiawahia and to Kihikihi, around Kihikihi, and then of course they all had to leave for the King Country. So this is very significant, and this of course was the Great South Road, as it were, the main highway of the North Island into the inner parts of the island. So in south from here, Māori, when Pākehā began to settle in Auckland, Māori began to farm the land and provide a great deal of Auckland's necessities. And so they would, and of course there was a lot of flax trade. That's initially what my great-great-grandfather was involved in, along with my great-grandfather. This was also very strong eeling country, so just inland from up the river a number of islands and a number of kind of wetlands in which eels proliferated, which were a source of great food for Māori. But there was flax as well, and this was carried up to Auckland. So they brought the waka would come down the Waikato River, would go up the Awaroa stream. They would carry the produce up the over the portage to Waiuku, and then they would transport it to Auckland, and it would be exported to Sydney. So it was very valuable because it was used for rope, which was of course a very necessary product for ships, etc. But as the Pākehā settlement in Auckland grew, this is before the Waikato Wars, enormous amount of produce passed through that route, which was the main way of getting food and other products up to Auckland. Of course, it all came to an end with the beginning of the Waikato War, when Governor Grey ordered General Cameron, to cross the Mangatawhiri stream upriver from here on the 12th of July 1863. And from then everything changed for Waikato, for Tainui, for the people of this area. But I'll talk more about that eventually. Ka kite anō.